I used to be the guy who said, I'm fine, when I definitely wasn't fine. The guy who had opinions about everything except what I actually wanted from my own life. I thought my identity was rooted in partying and excessive drinking, that this was the coolest version of me, who I was supposed to ultimately be. But here's the thing about lies we tell ourselves, they eventually catch up to you. For me, that wake up call came when I was serving time in jail for violating probation. Maybe you haven't been to jail. Hopefully, you haven't been to jail. Don't wish that on anybody. But I bet you know this feeling. You're the guy who gives great advice to friends, but you can't figure out your own next move. Here's the truth that no one tells you: most men are living by someone else's definition of success, shaped by opinions that aren't even ours, trapped in scripts that we've never chosen. We're told to grind, to provide, to figure it out, but no one hands us a system for how to actually lead ourselves. So we chase things that blur our path. We try to fill the void with performance, achievement, validation, but none of that helps you remember who you actually are. So, what changed for me was sitting in that jail cell and starting to meditate. That first small step toward getting honest with myself. I realized this: your identity is not something fixed, it's a system, and you can rebuild it intentionally and anytime. That's why I created the modern trifecta method, inspired by Tony Robbins' triad approach. And it's a framework to reconnect your mind, body, and soul so that you can lead yourself first and then build a life and a business backed by your purpose. I've used this to help dozens of guys reconnect with who they really are and launch purpose led income streams that double their sense of worth while cutting their work hours in half. The modern trifecta works like this: mind, not just positive thinking. I'm talking about cleaning out the mental clutter, the voices that aren't really yours, becoming more of the observer of your thoughts. Body. Your body is your first business. If you can't lead that, how can you lead anything else? And thirdly is soul. That core part of you, man, that knows what lights you up before the world told you what should light you up. We use real tools like high performance habits, like the Apex morning audits, dopamine resets, and value journaling. This work changes everything: your energy, your clarity, your presence with others, even your money. Like Marcus, who went from dreading Mondays to launching a consulting practice that doubled his income in just 8 months. Or David, who finally had the courage to have that conversation with his wife about the life they actually wanted to build together. Their life's never been better. Because when you finally feel aligned again, you stop leaking energy and you start building with fire. Look, you can keep scrolling and hope things change, or you can take action right now. If any of this hit home, if you're done living by someone else's definition, check out my free school community in the link below. I'll show you the exact breakdown of how the modern trifecta method works and how you can apply it to reclaim your identity and build a life that's actually you. Plus, after you join, watch the next video right up here. I'm dropping in your feed. It breaks down the 3 biggest mistakes that keep high achievers stuck in cycles they can't break. This might just be the most important project you ever take on. You.